Streetlight pools on the kitchen tile. Cup still warm where your hand was. I watch the steam rise slow, dissolve. The window holds a version of the moon that's almost right, almost full. Footsteps upstairs, not yours, just the building settling in. I breathe out, let the quiet win. 3 a.m. and the radiator hums a song you learned from winter. I trace the crack in the ceiling, painting maps of coast I'll never visit. Your jacket hangs on the door, still shaped like someone leaving. I don't move it, I don't touch it, I just let the dark keep teaching. Almost was here, almost was here. The space between the almost and the words gets smaller every year. Almost was here, almost was here. In the blue light of the screen, in the way the coffee cools, in the pause between the songs where your voice used to be. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory, just the weight of what got close in the quiet that it leaves. Almost was here, almost was here. The softest kind of history. Sunday morning, the bodega cat sleeps in the cardboard box. I buy the milk you used to like, got a habit, not for you. The subway rumbles deep below a rhythm I have learned by heart. Same train, same time, same seat, same not looking at the door. I am learning how to hold the almost without the ache, how to let the room be room, how to let the morning break. Not waiting, not forgetting, just standing in the doorway where the light comes through. Almost was here, almost was here. In the blue light of the screen, in the way the coffee cools, in the pause between the songs where your voice used to be. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory, just the weight of what got close and the quiet that it leaves. Almost was here, almost was here. The softest kind of history. Streetlight pools on the kitchen tile. Cup still warm where your hand was. I watch the steam rise slow, dissolve. Almost was here, almost was here. The window holds a square of gray, no sun, no rain, just like that. Stay too long, too soft, too much like you. I leave the cup where you left it, cold. The ring on wood, a story told in brown and white and almost true. The street below has gone to sleep. A car rolls past, the tires deep, and something wet and something warm. I count the floors to keep me here. The elevator hums so near to someone else's almost form. And I don't need the words you never said, I don't need the ghost of your side of the bed. Just this slow breath, just this small room, just the almost, just the almost. Almost was here, almost was warm, almost was yours before the storm. Almost was real, almost was mine, almost was time stopping on the line. Almost was here, almost was home, almost was known. Now I'm alone with almost, with almost, with almost was here. The radiator ticks like rain, a rhythm I can't quite explain. It sounds like waiting, sounds like wait. I move the cup an inch to the right, as if that changes what was like, as if that makes it less than late. You said you called by 9, I said I'd be fine. We both were lying kind, the clock don't mind. It just keeps almost cup still warm where your hand was. I watched the steam rise slow and thin, dissolve like something I almost said. The radiator clicks a steady code, a language only empty rooms know. I leave the window cracked an inch to let the night keep breathing in. Your side of the bed was a shape in a half light, almost real. I find it here on the pillowcase, longer than my memory. The refrigerator hums a slow song about keeping things I won't keep. I stand in the kitchen doorway counting tiles I never noticed. And the city goes soft at 3 a.m. Street lamps melting in the fog. I'm not waiting, I'm just not sleeping. I'm not missing, I'm just here. Almost was here, almost was the weight of a name I don't say out loud. Almost was the shadow that moves when I turn around. Almost was the space between the ring and the sound. Almost was here, almost was here. Tuesday and now the trash goes out. I carry bags heavier than trash. A neighbor nods, we don't speak, both of us holding our own. Almost. The bodega cat sleeps on the mat, doesn't lift his head for anyone. I buy milk I won't finish and walk the long way home. Sometimes I catch myself set into a place without thinking. Sometimes the quiet is so loud I have to turn the faucet on just to hear something moving on. Almost was here, almost was the weight of a name I don't say out loud. Almost was his shadow that moves when I turn around. Almost was the space between the ring and the sound. Almost was here, almost was here. Tuesday, now the trash goes out. I carry bags heavier than trash. A neighbor nods, we don't speak, both of us holding our own. Almost, touch it, I almost do. Almost was here, almost was here. The window holds the afternoon like water in a glass. I watch the light move slow across the floor while moments pass. The cup's still warm beside my hand, the steam has learned to wait. I almost called you, almost did, but let it get too late. The street outside has gone so soft with rain that never fell. A car rolls past at walking speed, I know that sound too well. It's almost something I once knew, almost a name, a face. I let the silence fill the room and take the empty space. I'm not waiting, I'm just here, breathing slow, the edge is near. Almost was here, almost was home, almost the light before it's gone. Almost your voice, almost the door, almost was mine, almost was yours, almost was here, almost was true. The evening comes without a sound and settles on the chair. I almost moved to turn the lamp but left it in the stare. My shadow stretches toward the wall like something I could keep. I watch it fade, I let it fade and do not go to sleep. There's a way to almost heavier than no, a door that doesn't open but doesn't close. I carry it so quiet, it feels like peace. This almost was here, this almost release. Almost was here, almost was home, almost the light before it's gone. Almost your name, almost the key, almost was mine, almost was free, almost was here, almost was true, almost was me, almost was you. The cup is cold, last of afternoon. A cup still warm where your hand had been. I watched the steam rise slow, then disappear the way you did, without a word. The street outside has gone soft with rain. Tires passing make that hushing sound. I count the seconds between each one, learning how to measure empty space. Yeah, your coat still hangs, I haven't moved it yet. The collar holds a shape that's not quite yours. I found a hairpin in the couch, silver small, already not belonging. The light shifts, I don't reach for the switch. Let the room find its own way too dark. Something settled better without help. Some absence needs the long way home. And I don't mind the quiet now, if it's the way a room fits after moving. Still strange, but I can walk through it without catching my hip on the edge. Almost was here, almost was here. Now almost is gone, but almost was real enough to leave a shadow. Almost was here, almost was here. Now almost is gone, and I'm learning what almost means. Learning what almost means. The weight of a door that almost closed. The space where a voice almost stayed. Almost was here. Tuesday now, I'll make the same coffee. Pour 2 cups before I remember. Leave the second one on the counter. Watch it go cold, then pour it out. The radio plays something we didn't share. I let it change the air. Small victories, not looking at my phone, not wondering which bridge still holds your name. There's a kind of peace in almost. It doesn't ask you to forgive, it just sits with you on the evening train. Watches the same great buildings pass. Doesn't need to be anything more than what it was, what it almost was. Almost was here, now almost was here. Now almost is gone, but almost was real enough to leave a shadow. Almost was here, almost was here. Now almost is gone, and I'm learning what almost means. Learning what almost means. The weight of a door that almost closed. The space where a voice almost stayed. Almost was here. The window holds the first of evening. I move the cup to the other side. Not yet, not yet. Throwing it away, just making room for what comes next. Almost was here. Almost was here. Almost was here. The window holds a square of gray, that's all the morning has to say. I watch the steam rise from my cup and count the minutes stacking up. The radiator ticks and hums, a conversation with the drums of someone walking 2 floors down. Their footsteps soft, their hurry gone. I left the book open on the chair, the page I never finished there. A dog barks once, then thinks better. The neighborhood pulls on its sweater of quiet, of almost rain. The kind of day that leaves no stain, just water rings where glasses stood and dust that settles like it should. So I don't reach for what I need, I let the hunger teach me how to be still, how to be here, how to let the almost disappear. Almost was here, almost was, not quite gone, not quite us. Almost was here, almost was the shadow of a thing I trust. I keep the light low, keep the door a little open, nothing more. Almost was here, almost was the kindness where the silence does. The afternoon moves like a hand across a face it understands. Too well, too slow, too much the same. I never learned the other name for this, for now, for what remains. When all the effort comes in vain, and still the kettle finds its boil, and still the curtains drink the oil of street lamps waking one by one. The day is over, barely done. And if I called you, would you know the voice I use when nothing shows? The one that says I'm doing fine when fine is just a place to hide behind. The almost neither was the softest version of because. Almost was here, almost was, not quite gone, not quite us. Almost was here, almost was the shadow of a thing I trust. I keep the light low, keep the door a little open, nothing more. Almost was here, almost was the kindness where the silence does. Almost was here, almost was not quite memory, not quite love. The cup goes cold, the page stays turned. The almost was, the almost learned to stay, to wait, to be enough. Almost was here, almost was, almost was. The morning finds the cup still there, half full of something cold. The window holds a square of gray that never turns to gold. I watch the steam from radiators rise and disappear, like all the things I meant to say that never made it clear. The street below has gone too soft from rain that fell all night. A single car, its headlights off, slips out of sight. I count the cracks in ceiling paint like years I let go by. The quiet isn't empty now, it's just a different kind. So I stay, I wait, I breathe it in. The weight of what remains, the almost and the could have been, still running through my veins. Almost was here, almost was in the space between the words in the pause, because almost was here, almost was not a ghost, not a memory, just because almost was here, almost was the hand before it reaches the almost touch. Almost was here, almost was enough to hold the morning without the rush. The afternoon pulls shadows long across the wooden floor. I move the cup from where it sat and wash it like before. The tap runs warm, my hands run cold from holding on too tight to something that was never mine, but almost, almost right. And if I let it be enough to happen, almost there, to have the cup, the window, the breath, the weight of almost care, then maybe here is where I am, not lost, not found, not far, just sitting with the almost was the way things are. Almost was here, almost was in the space between the words in the pause, because almost was here, almost was not a ghost, not a memory, just because almost was here, almost was the hand before it reaches the almost touch. Almost was here, almost was enough to hold the evening without the rush. So I stay, I wait, I am enough. Oh, almost was here, almost was. The light goes off, the cup is dry. Oh, almost was here, almost was. The window holds what's left at 3 o'clock. A shadow stretches where your hand was not. I watch the dust move slow through the gray. Nothing to say, nothing to say. The radiator clicks a steady code, a language only empty rooms know. I leave the chair pulled out just in case, just in case, just in case. The street below has gone soft with rain. Tires passing don't explain where they're going, where they've been. I used to ask, now I just let them in. The kettle boils, I let it to. Some things are simpler left to do themselves without my wanting anything. So I sit with the almost, let it breathe beside me. Let it be what it is, not what it could be. Almost was here, almost was warm, almost was the shape of a hand in the storm. Almost was speaking, almost was true, almost was the ghost of me next to you. Almost was here, almost was mine, almost was the edge of a different time. I don't chase it now, I just let it rest. Almost was here, almost was. Your cup still sits where you left it, turned the way you did when you were concerned about the ring, about the stain. Now I don't mind, now I let it remain. The light moves west across the floor. I've learned to want a little more of nothing, of this quiet way to learning how to wait, how to wait. And if you ever find your way back through the door you almost closed, I won't ask you to explain the almost, explain the gone. I'll just set the cup down, let the kettle on. We don't have to name it, we don't have to mend. Almost was here, almost was friend. Almost was here, almost was warm. Almost was warm, almost was the shape of a hand in the storm. Almost was speaking, almost was true, almost was the ghost of me next to you. Almost was here, almost was mine, almost was the edge of a different time. I don't chase it now, I just let it rest. Almost was here, almost was. The light goes soft, the cup is dry. Almost was here, almost was. The chair stays out, the shadow stays long. Almost was here, all alone. The chair stays out, the shadow stays long. Almost was here, all alone. The coffee's cold, but the cup's still warm. A fingerprint on the window's form. The street outside is gone soft with rain. No cars, no rush, no one to blame. I watch the light move across the floor. Same as yesterday, same as before. Your message blinks then fades to black. I don't reach for it, I don't call back. The pen on the sill leans toward the glass, growing slow, letting moments pass. There's a book half open, spine cracked wide. A story I meant to finish inside. But I'm here now, watching dust turn slow in the afternoon's last golden glow. And I don't need to know where you are tonight. Just the space you left feels almost right. Almost right. Almost was here, almost was here. The ghost of a morning, the edge of a year. Almost was here, almost was here. Not quite gone, not quite near. I can feel the weight of the air you moved in the quiet room, in the quiet room. Almost was here, almost was here. The almost is tender, the almost is clear. The radiator ticks, the building breathes. Someone below me cooks, someone grieves. I make tea, I forget to drink. Stand at the sink and watch it sink down the drain, down the hour. This is the weight of having power over nothing much, over this small space where your almost still leaves a trace. And maybe tomorrow I'll pack the cup, maybe tomorrow I'll give it up. But tonight the almost feels like enough, like a hand on a shoulder, like a call I don't pick woke up like the hum of the fridge, like the streetlights buzz, like the way that we were, like the way that we was. Almost, almost, almost. Ooh, almost was here, almost was here. The ghost of a morning, the edge of a year. Almost was here, almost was here. Not quite gone, not quite near. I can feel the weight of the air you moved in the quiet room, in the quiet room. Almost was here, almost was here. The almost is tender, the almost is clear. The almost is here. The almost is here. The chair stays out, the shadow stays long. Almost was here all along. The night comes down like a hand on a song. Almost was here all along. All along. All along. All along. All along. The window's the last of 5 o'clock. A cup's the one where your hand was. I watch the steam rise slow, then stop. The street outside is gone soft with rain. No one hurries now, no one hurries now. I leave the light on low, in case the shadows need something to lean against. Your message blinks and fades to black. I don't reach for it yet. Let it sit like a bird on the wire, waiting for the wind to decide. My breath finds the rhythm of the radiator, click on, off on. The room settles into itself. I am here, I am here, I am here. Almost was here, all along, all along. The difference between a door and a wall is just the weight of your shoulder against it. Almost was here, in the space between the notes and the hum of the refrigerator, in the way I still said to place. Almost was here, in the song I don't skip anymore, in the key left under the mat, in the quiet that answers back. Almost was here, all along, all along. Not gone, not gone, just waiting in the next room. Morning comes with its gray compromise. I'll make the coffee weaker than before. The newspaper folds itself in half. Some stories don't need finishing. I open the window just an inch, let the city breathe into my chest. The traffic sounds like waves from far away. I let it carry what it needs to carry. There's a chair that still holds your shape. I don't sit there, I don't move it. Some things keep their own time. Some absences are soft like that. I count the decimals in the light. 1, 2, 3, 4. Each one a small planet, orbiting nothing, orbiting everything. Almost was here, in the space between the notes and the hum of the refrigerator, in the way I still set 2 plates. Almost was here, in the song I don't skip anymore, in the key left under the mat, in the quiet that answers back. Almost was here, all along, all along. Not gone, not gone, just waiting in the next room. Almost was here, all along, all along, all along. comes through sideways, hits the cup you left on a sill. I watch the steam forget its shape, and I don't move until the radiator ticks its code, a language I almost learned. The street below has gone soft with rain, and the day has barely turned. I find your hairpin in the couch, like evidence, like proof that someone real was passing through. Not just the ache of almost you. The neighbor's dog won't stop its song. I let it carry me down the hall where the light pulls thin and the shadows disagree. So I wait now for you to come back, just for the waiting to feel like something I could almost name. Almost was here, almost. Your coat still knows the door, almost. Your coat still knows the door, almost. Less than more. The kettle hums your frequency, the floorboard holds your weight, almost. Your coat still knows the dose of almost stays. Evening brings the blue back in. I don't reach for the switch. Let the room become a question. Let the darkness be the stitch that holds the hour to the next, that keeps the almost near. Your text still glows from Tuesday. I won't delete, I won't clear. Maybe this is what remains when love forgets to land. Not the crash, not the burning, just the almost in your hand. Just the space where a sentence forgot how it should end. Almost was here, almost was here. The door, almost. Your coat still knows the door, almost. Less than more. The kettle hums your frequency, the floorboard holds your weight, almost. Your coat still knows the dose of almost. Your coat still knows the door. Almost stay. I let it stay. Cools on the sill now, the steam has done its work. Almost was here, almost, not a promise, just a murmur. Almost was here, almost, Streetlight pools on the kitchen floor, where I left my shoes by the door. The radiator ticks, counts the hour. A cup still holds yesterday's flower. Window crack, letting the city hum. Somewhere a neighbor's TV comes undone. I watch the steam from my coffee rise and disappear before my eyes. Your jacket hangs where you left it last. I haven't moved it, haven't asked. The calendar shows a date and then I circled twice, then circled again. The bus goes by, almost full, almost late. I stand at the glass and I wait. Footsteps echo in the stairwell below, sound like someone I used to know. Almost called out, almost turned around, almost believe you were almost still here. Almost was here, almost was here, in the space between the street and the stair. Almost was here in the breath I held like I still care. Almost was here, not gone, not now, not anywhere clear. Almost was here, the sitting here. I walked to the store you liked at 9, bought the bread, stood in your line. The cashier asked if I needed more, I shook my head, walked to the door. Rain had started soft on the hood, I stood there longer than I should. Watched the water find the drain, watched it carry where it remained. There's a version where the key still turns, where the silence isn't something I learned, where the almost folds itself into words. And I don't count the days because you'd be here, you'd be here. Not almost, not nearly, not disappear. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. In the space between the street and the stair. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. In the breath I held like I still cared. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. Not gone, not now, not anywhere clear. Almost was here, almost was here. The almost that keeps me sitting here. The almost that keeps me sitting here. Streetlight pools on the kitchen floor, where I left my shoes by the door. Almost was here, almost was here. I leave the window open for the hum and wait for the almost to become. The street outside is gone soft with rain. No footsteps, no voices, no name. Just the amber of a lamp 3 floors down, and my cup cooling on a table's brown. I watch the steam rise slow and thin, like something trying to begin. The window holds a version of the night where everything is almost right. Your coat still hangs where you left it last. I haven't moved it, haven't asked. The fabric holds the shape of air, a quiet presence barely there. I make the bed on just one side, the other way is open wide. Not empty, not full, something between the cleanest sheet I've ever seen. And I don't need the words to land, just the almost close at hand. The hum that lives in open space, before the voice, before the face. Almost was here, I leave the window open for the hum and wait for the almost to become. Almost was here, the cup, the coat, the cooling air, the breath I hold like a silent prayer. Almost was here, not gone, not arrived, not lost, just paying what the waiting costs. Almost was here, the street goes soft, the lamp stays low. I let the almost come and go. Morning finds the window wet with gray. The hum is shifting, moved away. I rinse the cup, smooth the sheet. The ordinary feels complete. Your coat catches the new day's light, a different shadow, soft and slight. I don't reach out, I don't recede. I let the moment do what it needs. There's a kind of peace in the night, yet known in the space where seeds are sown. I promise, not regret, not hope, just a slope where everything that almost came keeps its shape without a name. Almost was here, I leave the window open for the hum and wait for the almost to become. Almost was here, the cup, the coat, the cooling air, the breath I hold like a silent prayer. Almost was here, not gone, not arrived, not lost, just paying what the waiting costs. Almost was here, the street goes soft, the lamp stays low. I let the almost come and go. Almost lift off. window holds the morning like a cup holds water, still and clear and waiting to be moved. I watch the steam rise slow from the kettle, each breath a small decision to keep going. The street outside is gone soft with the rain. Tires passing make that hush, that hush. I almost called you, thumb on the screen and set the phone down like a stone in still water. There's a chair by the radiator that knows my shape now. I sit there when the light turns golden dim. The neighbor's dog barks once, then thinks better of it. This hour belongs to almost, almost, almost. I make tea, I don't finish, let it go cold. Watch the leaves settle at the bottom like a question. The clock doesn't tick so much as breathe, and I breathe with it, grounded here, almost. So I let the almost be enough for now, be the place where I land. Almost was here, almost was here, in the space between the ringing and the answer. Almost was here, almost was here, in the breath I held before I knew your name. Almost was here, almost was here, in the window light, the cup, the cooling air. Almost was here, almost was here, not gone, not arrived, just hovering. Almost was here, almost was here, the kindest ghost I ever let stay. Evening comes with its blue and its quiet bargains. I cook for one, set 2 plates out of habit. The second one stays empty, stays honest, a small monument to what I didn't say. The radio plays something from 10 years ago. I don't change it, let the past have its room. My shadow on the wall moves like someone thinking, someone who almost, 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 almost. And maybe tomorrow the almost will tighten, become a yes, become a door, become your voice. But tonight I am practicing the art of not reaching, of letting the distance be a kind of touch. The sub-bass hums through the floor like a promise that everything's slow is still moving forward. I am here, I am here, I am almost, almost was here, in the space between the ringing and the answer. Almost was here, almost was here, in the breath I held before I knew your name. Almost was here, almost was here, in the window light, the cup, the cooling air. Almost was here, almost was here, not gone, not arrived, just hovering. Almost was here, almost was here, the kindest ghost I ever let stay. Almost was here, almost was here, let it lift off, let it lift off, let it I let the almost lift off. The cup's still warm, the street's still soft. I let the almost lift off. Morning finds the cup still on the table where you left it. Ring of coffee dried, I watch the window light move slow across the floor like it's got nowhere it needs to be. The radiator ticks, a conversation with itself. I answer with a breath, let it go. This is how the almost lives now, settled in the corners, soft and real. Street outside is gone quiet, Sunday soft. The dog walks past like it's remembering something. I don't turn the music on, let the hum hold me. The space between notes is where you were. I make tea, I don't finish, let it cool. Watch the steam rise, disappear, rise again. Some things don't need completing to be true. Some rooms stay warm after the leaving, and I'm not waiting, not exactly, just keeping the light on for what comes next. The almost has its own gravity now, pulling gentle, pulling slow. You were almost here, in the way the chair still holds a shape. Almost here, in the silence that knows your name. Almost was here, almost was real enough to leave a shadow I can feel. Almost was here, almost was mine. Now it's just the light and I'm fine, I'm fine, I'm fine with the almost, I'm with the almost fine. Afternoon stretch is long and thin. I'll fold the blanket you never use, put it back where blankets live. Undramatic, the ordinary keeps me company. A text comes in, not yours, a smile anyway. Connection doesn't always need your face. I'm learning the architecture of enough. How a room can be full of what isn't there. Maybe tomorrow I'll move the cup, maybe I won't. Both are honest. The almost taught me that endings don't have to end everything. Just this, just here, just now. Breathing in the weight of almost was you. We're almost here, almost here. In the way the chair still holds a shape. Almost here, almost here. In the silence that knows your name. Almost was here, almost was real enough to leave a shadow I can feel. Almost was here, almost was mine. Now it's just the light and I'm fine. I'm fine, I'm fine with the almost. Fine with the almost, fine with time. I let the almost, let the almost stay. Stay like the warmth, stay like the light. Stay, fade. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Morning comes through the curtain slow. A cup on the table, half the coffee cold. The radiator ticks, the building breathes. I watch the steam rise and leave. Your side of the bed holds the shape of someone who almost was here. The street outside is gone soft with the rain. Tires pass quiet, no rush, no name. A neighbor's radio through the wall. Some old song I almost recall. I don't move to find it, I let it stay half known. Like the things we almost said, like the way you almost came home. And I don't need the whole story, don't need the door to close. Just the space between the almost and the way the evening goes. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory clear, just the weight of a chair pulled near. Almost was here, almost was here. The light on the floor, the breath on the mirror. Not gone, not near. Almost was here. I make dinner for one, set 2 plates out of habit, out of waiting. The onions soften, the oil hums. Time moves like it owes me something, but I don't collect, I let it keep the debt. Let the almost stay, almost let the evening settle yet. There's a comfort in the almost, in the not quite, in the slow. The way a city holds its strangers, the way some songs you used to know come back wrong, come back soft, come back like they were never lost, like you were never lost. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory clear, just the weight of a chair pulled near. Almost was here, almost was here. The light on the floor, the breath on the mirror. Not gone, not near. Almost was here. The space where the shadow falls, the answer to a phone that doesn't call. Almost was here, almost was here. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Almost was here, almost was here. Stay like the light, stay, fade. The cup still sits where you left it. Ring on the wood, fading brown. I move it sometimes, then put it back. Some things need to stay around. The window holds the afternoon longer than it used to do. I watch the dust turn into gold and think of almost thinking of you. The street outside is gone soft, cars pass like they're underwater. I count the seconds between the lights, the rhythm of a different order. Your side of the bed stays cool, I don't reach there anymore. But sometimes my foot finds the edge where the sheet is still pulled to the floor. It's not about missing, it's not about gone. It's the space where a shadow learns to belong. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory clear, just the weight of the air when the air disappears. Almost was here, almost was here. The sound of a key that still fits in the door. The habit of listening for footsteps on the floor. Almost was here, almost was here. Not lost, not found, not far, not near. Almost was here. I bought the bread you used to like, took 3 days to throw it out. The expiration date seemed wrong, like time had learned to doubt. The kettle whistles lower now, or maybe I just hear it different. Some sounds need a room to fill, this room has grown more distant. Stay like the light, stay, fade, stay. Stay like the light, stay, fade. I don't need it brighter, I don't need it to stay. Just the almost a morning before it becomes day. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory clear, just the weight of the air when the air disappears. Almost was here, almost was here. The sound of a key that still fits in the door. The habit of listening for footsteps on the floor. Almost was here, almost was here. Not lost, not found, not far, not near. Almost was here, yeah. The cup still sits where you left it. I move it sometimes, then put it back. Some things need to stay around, some things need to stay around. Almost was here. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Streetlight through the blinds, making stripes on the floor. Your cup still on the table, half of what it was before. I move through the quiet like I'm walking underwater. Everything slows down here, everything gets softer. The radiator clicks, the building settles in. I'm learning how to be alone again. Not lonely, just alone. There's a difference I found, like the space between the notes when the music dies down. Tuesday night, the corner store is closing up its gate. I buy nothing, just walk past, let the moment resonate. A dog barks 3 blocks over, someone laughs behind glass. These small hours keep me company. Let the evening pass, I used to feel the silence with the weight of someone else. Now I'm holding just my own breath. Not much, but it's myself. The elevator humps its way to floors I'll never see. I'm okay with being temporary, so stay like the light, stay. Don't disappear completely, just stay like the light, stay. Even if you can't reach me, you were almost here, almost here. In the way the room still holds you, in the way I turn to tell you something, then remember I don't need to. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a memory, just the shape of what was warm, still warm in me. Almost was here, almost was here. The almost is enough now. The almost keeps me company in the quiet of this house. Morning comes, the coffee maker drips a slow routine. I watch the steam rise up and vanish, nothing too extreme. The newspaper says nothing I need to understand. I let the day begin without a plan. There's a crack in the ceiling I've learned to recognize, a map of somewhere only I have been, only my eyes. I trace it with my coffee, watch the brown rain dry. Some things leave their mark without trying, and I don't need to name it, don't need to call it back. The almost was a real thing, not something that I lack. So I'll keep the window open, let the street sound drift on in. You were almost here, and almost is a place I've been. You were almost here, in the way the room still holds you, in the way I turn to tell you something, then remember I don't need to. Almost was here, not a ghost, not a memory, just the shape of what was warm, still warm in me. Almost was here, the almost is enough now. The almost keeps me company in the quiet of this house. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Morning finds a cup still on the table, half the coffee cold, half the steam gone soft. I watch the window light move slow across the floor, like it's got nowhere particular to be. The street below is gone quiet, gone warm. A dog barks once, then thinks better of it. I almost called you, then didn't. I almost was here. The radiator ticks in its own language, translation. The night is over, the night is not over. I find your hairpin in the couch, silver pen, evidence that someone was real here. The clock makes 12, there were from the power cut. I never reset it, I like the not knowing. Outside a truck backs up, beeps, then moves on. I almost was here, and the silence isn't empty, it's just waiting for the right question. And my hands aren't nervous, they're just remember one. Stay like the light through the curtain, stay like the dust in the sun, stay like the hum of the refrigerator, stay like the almost was here, stay like the breath before speaking, stay like the pause in the song, stay like the space between heartbeats, stay like the almost was here, stay like the almost was here. Afternoon stretches long and thin as taffy. I walk to the corner store for nothing particular. The cashier knows my silence doesn't push. I buy mints I won't eat just to have something. The crosswalk counts down 10, 9, 8. I stand still, let it pass, let another cycle start. A kid on a bike circles the same block twice. I almost was here, and if you came back, would you find me? Or just the shape of where I almost was? The bed still made on one side, the other side holding the dent, like a promise, like a question, like the almost was here. Stay like the light through the curtain, stay like the dust in the sun, stay like the hum of the refrigerator, stay like the almost was here, stay like the breath before speaking, stay like the pause in the song, stay like the space between heartbeats, stay like the almost was here, stay like the almost was here. Stay like the almost was here. Evening comes down like a hand on the shoulder, soft, not asking anything. I'll make tea, I won't finish. I leave the light on in the hall. Stay like the light, stay, fade. like you said it would. Now it's just a square on the floor, moving slow across the boards. I watched it all afternoon. My cup went cold, the steam started rising. I didn't move to drink it. Street went soft around 6 when the heat finally broke. Kids on bikes with no particular place, their voices carrying up through my open window. I could've gone down, could've walked to where they were. I almost was there, almost was here, almost was home, almost was something I could name out loud. But the naming takes away, and I'm not holding anything, not yet. So stay like the light, stay where I can see you. Stay like the light, stay, fade. Stay like the light, stay where I can find you. Stay, I don't need you solid, I don't need you sure. Just stay like the light, stay, fade. Night came without announcement, just a gradual giving up of color, of edge, of the difference between the chair and the wall. I left one lamp on in the kitchen, yellow against the blue outside. Someone's television murmuring through the vent, through the floor. I almost knew what show it was. Fade doesn't mean gone, fade means still arriving. Fade means I'm still looking for where you went soft, where the outline held, even as the center emptied, even as the center held. So stay like the light, stay where I can see you. Stay like the light, stay, stay, stay like the light, stay where I can find you. Stay, I don't need you solid, I don't need you sure. Just stay like the light, stay, stay, I almost was here, I almost would stay like the light, stay, fade. The window holds the morning like a cup that's almost full, steam rising slow. The way you said my name, there's a chair pulled out, the cushion's still warm. I haven't moved it back, I haven't moved it back. The street outside is gone soft with rain. Tires pass and no one stops here anymore. I watch the light shift across the floor. Almost was here, almost was here. Your coffee cup's still sitting on the shelf I can't reach. I use a step stool now for ordinary things. The radio hums static between the songs. I let it play, I let it play. There's a shadow where the mail piles up. Bills are nothing, bills are nothing. I breathe out and the room holds it. Almost was here, almost was here. And I don't need to call it grief, it's quieter than that. It's the weight of a key that still turns in a lock that isn't there. Stay like the light that moves across the wall. Stay like the hour that doesn't need a name. Stay like the breath I take before I speak. Stay, stay, almost was here. Stay like the cup that's cooling on the sill. Stay like the song that hasn't found its end. Stay like the door that's open just a crack. Stay, stay, almost was here, 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 almost was here. I walked past our building, didn't look up. the fifth floor dark, the fifth floor dark. Someone new is living in the space below. I hear their footsteps, not yours, not yours. The corner store still has your brand of gum. I buy it sometimes, leave it in the bag. The city doesn't notice what it keeps. Almost was here, almost was here. And if I hold still long enough, the room forgets I'm in it. And if I hold still long enough, I almost feel you leaning against the counter, against the light, against the ordinary morning. Almost was here, almost was here. Stay like the light that moves across the wall. Stay like the hour that doesn't need a name. Stay like the breath I take before I speak. Stay, 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 stay. Almost was here. Stay like the cup that's cooling on the sill. Stay like the song that hasn't found its end. Stay like the door that's open just a crack. Stay, stay, stay. Almost was here, almost was here. Fade like the light, fade like the light. The cup goes cold, the street goes soft. Almost was here. Stay, 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 fade. The window light has moved an inch since noon. A cup on the table still half full of something warm. I watch the steam rise slow, then disappear, like most things do when no one's watching close. The street outside is gone soft with evening. Cars passing like they're underwater, distant hum. I breathe in, hold it, let it go, the way you taught me once or almost did. There's a chair pulled out that no one sits and I leave it there. Don't know why exactly, maybe some habits need their own small space to breathe, to be unfinished, to almost matter. The radiator takes a steady coat, I never learned to read it. Still I listen, some languages don't need translation, just someone present, grounded here. And I am here, I think we're close enough to count the difference, small enough to hold inside one breath. Almost was here. Stay, fade. The light bends low through glass. Almost was here. Stay, fade. I let the moment pass. Not gone, not held, just resting in the space between the words. Almost was here. Stay, fade. The softest thing I've heard. I found your note inside a book I never finished. The page dog-eared, mid-chapter, mid-thought. You wrote the rain, sounds like it's staying. I checked the window, clear, but I believe you. Some truths don't need the weather to agree. I make tea, I won't finish, let it cool. The ritual matters more than drinking. The doing, not the done, the almost, not the was. And if I call this loneliness, I lose the quiet gift of it. The room holds me like a held note. Sustained, not desperate, just sustained. I am the cup, the steam, the chair, the streak on soft, the patient air. Not waiting, not arrived, the gentle art of almost alive. Yeah. Almost was here. Stay, fade. The light bends low through glass. Almost was here. Stay, fade. I let the moment pass. Not gone, not held, just resting in the space between the words. Almost was here. Stay, fade. The softest thing I've heard. Stay, fade, fade. The cup still warm, the light withdrawn. Stay, fade, 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 fade. Or almost was here. Morning finds a cup still on the table. Half the coffee, half the steam. Window shows a streak going soft with rain. Or maybe that's just how it seems. I watch the light move slow across the floor, like it's got nowhere to be. I am here, almost was the difference lost on me. Neighbors radio through the wall, some song I almost know. Footsteps pause, then continue down the hall. Someone else's morning, soft and slow. I count the lines where paint meets door frame, evidence of time and hands. I am here, or almost was, understanding what that means. The quiet isn't empty, it's just full of what I didn't say. The space between the almost and the was gets smaller every day. Almost was here, almost was here. Not the leaving, not the staying. Something drifting in between. Almost was here, almost was here. Like a breath held too long, like a word that caught the seam of a moment, of a morning, of whatever this has been. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was. Afternoon pull shadows longer, the cup's still there, now cold. I'm meant to move and meant to do a lot of things, or so I'm told. The street outside is drought in patches, kids with backpacks single file. I am here, or almost was, watching from the other side of glass, learning how to stay a while. There's a comfort in the almost, in the not quite, in the near. No commitment to the present, no farewell to disappear. I could stay here in this doorway, neither out nor fully in. Almost was here, almost was here, where the end and the begin blur together, soft as static, warm as tap beneath the skin. Almost was here, almost was here. Not the leaving, not the staying, something drifting in between. Almost was here, almost was here. Like a breath held too long, like a word that caught the seam of a moment, of a morning, of whatever this has been. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was. The evening comes, the cup stays where I left it. Proof that someone passed this way. I am here, or almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Spills through the blinds again. Same angle, same hour, same soft edge cup on the table. Half the coffee gone. Steam don't rise like it used to. I watch the dust turn slow in the beat. Nobody's coming, nobody's been. Just the hum of the fridge and the distant road, and the weight of a thought that won't leave. Your side of the bed still holds the shade. Not really, but I see it. I fold the blanket the way you did once. Loose corner tucked under the radio. Play something I don't know. Some voice from a city I'll never go. I let it fill the room like company, then I turn it down, let it be. I'm not waiting, I'm just here. Same as the chair, same as the air. Not lonely, not found, just somewhere in between. Almost was here, almost was here. Not the ghost, not the clear, just the almost and near. Almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Not gone, not stay. Almost was here. In the quiet, in the gray. Almost was here. That's the most I can say. I walk to the store at the edge of dark. Buy milk, buy nothing I need. The clerk don't look up, I don't mind. We're both somewhere else, both agree. Pavement holds the heat from the day. I walk slow, let it fade. A dog bark 3 blocks away, then stops like it remembers. Maybe you'll call, maybe you won't. Maybe the almost is all that we wrote. Not a story, not a song, just a place where we belong. For a minute, for a while, almost was here. Almost was here. Not the ghost, not the clear, just the almost quiet, in the gray. Almost was here, that's the most I can say. That's the most I can say. Streetlight spills through the blinds again. Same angle, same hour, same soft edge. Almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Almost was here. Streetlight through the blinds make stripes on the floor. My coffee's gone cold, been sitting since 4. The neighbor's TV hums through the wall. Some laugh track playing, I don't mind at all. There's a jacket on the chair that nobody wore. A ghost of a plan, nothing more. I watch the steam rise from the vent outside. Slow and invisible, easy to hide. The radiator ticks like a clock with no hands. Time moves different when nobody plans. I found your note still stuck to the fridge. Pick up milk, it says just 3 little words. I leave it there, let it yellow and curl. A monument not to the regular world. The cat walks in, doesn't ask where you've been. Just wants the warm spot where the sunlight ends. And I'm not waiting, not exactly. More like standing in the doorway. Not in, not out, just here, just now. Almost was here, almost was here. Not the promise, not the leaving, just the space between the breathing. Almost was here, almost was here. In the quiet, in the almost, where the heart learns how to hold it. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a story, not an ending, just the middle still pretending. Almost was here, almost was here. I take the long way past the bodega at 10. The same man working, we don't say anything. He knows my order, I know his face. That's enough for now, that's enough for grace. The street goes soft where the asphalt cracked. Weeds coming up through the facts. I kick a can and it rings like a bell for no one, for nothing, for the evening itself. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Not sad, not glad, just a day being day. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Almost was here, almost was here, almost was here, almost was here. Not the promise, not the leaving, just the space between the breathing. Almost was here, almost was here. In the quiet, in the almost, where the heart learns how to hold it. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a story, not a ending, just the middle still pretending. Almost was here, almost was here. Streetlight through the blinds make stripes on the floor. My coffee's gone cold, don't need it anymore. Almost was here, almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade. Almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade. The window holds what the evening won't keep. A cup on the table, half cold, half deep. I watch the steam rise, then forget to drink. The street outside has gone soft, I think. No cars, no voices, just the hum of the fridge and my own breath. Slow on the edge of a bridge I never crossed, just stood there instead, counting the cracks where the light used to spread. Your name in my phone, still the old spelling wrong. I never fixed it. I'm the same song about a city we almost moved to. The rent was too high, the timing too blue. Now the map on my wall has a pin that hangs loose, a shadow of somewhere, the gray of a truce between what I wanted and what I let go. The difference so small you never know. So I let the light fade, let it fade slow, let it fade slow where it goes. I don't need to know. Almost was here, almost was here. In the space between the curtain and the wall, in the pause before the evening call. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a weight, not a name, just the shape of a room that stayed the same. Almost was here, almost was here. The coffee ring, the unmade bed, the thing I almost said. Almost was here, almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade, let the light fade.
The radiator ticks like a clock with no hands. I measure the night in small, quiet plans that never leave the kitchen, never reach the door. Just orbit the table, then settle on the floor. There's a plant by the sink I keep meaning to name. It grows toward the glass all the same. Not toward me, not away, just toward what little sun the afternoon can afford. And I'm not sad, I'm not anything yet, just the warm hum of a day I let unravel slow, unspool, unwind. The kind of alone that's almost kind to the parts of me that don't need saving. Just the dark, just the soft, just the craving to be nowhere particular, to be almost home, to be almost was here and almost alone. Almost here, almost was here, almost was here. In the space between the curtain and the wall, in the pause before the evening call. Almost was here, almost was here. Not a ghost, not a weight, not a name, just the shape of a room that stayed the same. Almost was here, almost was here. The coffee ring, the unmade bed, the thing I almost said. Almost was here, almost was here. Let the light fade, let the light fade, let the light fade, let the light fade, let the light fade. Almost was here, almost was here. Almost was here, almost was here. Let the light fade, let it fade slow, let it fade slow. The window hose was left at 5 o'clock. A cup still warm where your hand used to be. I watched the steam rise slow, then stop. The street outside has gone soft with rain. No one hurries now, no one needs to. A bus passes with its lights on, empty. I count the seconds with the lights on, empty. I count the seconds between the drops. Some things leave without making a sound. Your chair pulled out, still at that angle like you just stepped away to answer the phone. I don't move it, I don't move anything. The refrigerator hung just one low note. I used to find it lonely, now it's company. The neighbor's TV through the wall, faint laugh track. I make tea, I won't finish drinking. Time stretches thin as the light, and I'm not waiting, not exactly, just not ready to call it evening yet. The almost still used to fills the room, not gone enough to be gone. You were almost here, almost here. The space beside me still holds heat. Almost here. Your name on my tongue, too soft to speak. Almost here. The shadow of a thing. You were almost here, almost here. The cup, the chair, the unmade bed. Almost here. I leave the light on, I don't know why. Almost here. Some doors stay open in the mind. You were almost here. Midnight now, the rain is slow to miss. I stand at the glass, watch my own reflection overlaid on the dark street below. Two versions of the same empty room, the radiator ticks settling into cold. I should sleep, I will sleep eventually. For now I catalog the small remains, a hairpin, a half-read magazine. Your side. What if I called and you were still there? What if the ring just rang and rang? What if distance is just a decision we haven't made yet, haven't made yet? The almost is the kind of lie, the almost lets me keep the door. You were almost here, almost here. The space beside me still holds heat. Almost here. Your name on my tongue, too soft to speak. Almost here. The shadow of a thing. You were almost
even in the mind. You were almost here. Let the light fade, let it fade slow, let it fade slow. The almost is enough. Let it fade slow, almost here. Let it fade. The window holds the last of 5 o'clock. A cup still warm where your hand was. I watched the steam rise slow and disappear. The way you talked about leaving but never did. Not fully, not yet. The street outside is gone soft with rain, and I am learning to want nothing more than this almost. Your coat on the chair still holding shape. The way your body leaves the room, I move around it like a tide, coming back to where the sand stays wet. The radiator ticks, a small agreement that some warmth lingers without reason, without asking to be named. I make tea, I won't finish, and listen for keys that don't turn. So let it fade slow, almost here. Let it fade the way a light holds before it goes. Almost was here, almost was mine. Almost the weight of a hand on my shoulder. Almost the sound of your voice through the door. Almost was real, almost was time. Standing still in the kitchen at midnight. Almost the courage to ask you to stay. Almost was here, almost was here. The space where you almost decided to be. I found your hairpin in the sheets 3 days after, still warm from the wash. Some things survive the cycle, some things bend but don't break. I set it on the sill with the plans that only I remember to water. They go toward the glass now, knowing it's glass now, knowing the difference between almost and enough. And if you come back, I'll be here now, waiting. Just hear the way the chair waits, the way the light waits. Not asking, just holding the shape of what could be if almost ever learned to stay. Almost was here, almost was mine. Almost the weight of a hand on my shoulder. Almost the sound of your voice through the door. Almost was real, almost was time. Standing still in the kitchen at midnight. Almost the courage to ask you to stay. Almost was here, almost was here. The space where you almost decided to be. Almost was here, almost was here. Let it fade slow. Almost here, let it fade. The cup goes cold, the street goes dark. Almost was here, almost was. Almost was. Almost was. Almost was. Almost. The window holds the morning like a cup holds cooling tea. No hurry in the steam, now just the shape of what could be. I watch the neighbor's cat cross through a patch of yellow light. Same time as yesterday, same slow arcs and quiet flight. My phone face down on cotton, I can feel the buzz subside. Somebody almost called me, let it ring, let it slide. The calendar shows nothing but a coffee ring from Tuesday. I almost made a plan, then watch the ink dry, let it fade. The radiator ticks, it's 3 o'clock song. I know it well, a language learned by listening, not the words, just how they fell. I move the cup from table to the ceiling, back again, measuring the afternoon in small migrations. When to when the street below goes soft with rain that hasn't quite arrived. You can smell it in the concrete, in the patience of the drive. A bus I almost boarded, watched it fill, watched it leave. The stop still holds my shadow, or what's left of what I believe. And I'm not waiting, not exactly, more like standing in the doorway. Not inside and not departed, just the threshold, just the maybe. Almost was here, almost was, almost touched the thing I wanted. Almost was here, almost was. Heard my name but didn't answer. Almost was here, almost was. Left the bread inside the toaster. Almost was here, almost was. Let the moment be a ghost here. Almost was here, almost was. Not a loss and not a keeping. Almost was here, almost was. Just the space between the sleeping. Evening brings the blue light that the screen can't replicate. I tried to photograph it once, deleted it too late. The refrigerator hums this one note through the quiet hours. I open it for nothing, just to feel the cool, the powers of small machines that keep on when I stop. When I forget to be the person moving, to be the person yet. I said 2 places at the table, clear one before I ate. The chair still holds the angle of a conversation. Wait, maybe tomorrow I'll finish what I started. Maybe the bread, maybe the call, maybe the door. Maybe the difference between lonely and alone is when you choose, and when you choose once more. I leave the light on in the hallway, not for coming, not for going, just to see the almost clearly, just to watch the almost glowing. Almost was here, almost was, almost said the thing I meant to. Almost was here, almost was, heard the knock and thought I heard you. Almost was here, almost was, left the water running warm. Almost was here, almost was, not the calm and not the storm here. Almost was here, almost was, not a footstep, not a fading. Almost was here, almost was, just the habit of the waiting. The cat comes back, the light moves on, I almost catch it. Almost gone, almost was here. Oh, almost was. The window holds a gray that won't commit to rain or clearing, just this in between. My coffee's gone lukewarm the way they sit when no one needs you, and the hours lean against each other. Soft days unmade beds. I watch your neighbors light go on then off. The street below has learned to hold its breath, and I am here but barely soft enough. There's a cup I keep meaning to move from the sill. It holds a stem that's been dry for a week. Some things stay present by staying still, like the hum of the fridge, like the words I don't speak. The radio ticks its slow Morse code, translating warmth I never quite feel. I wear my coat inside the way I'm old. Some comfort I can't seem to make real, but something in the almost starts to settle. Not gone, not here, just held in place. The middle has its own kind of metal, its own weight, its own embrace. Almost was here, almost was. Not the arrival, not the loss, just the door left on the latch, just the match that didn't catch. Almost was here, almost was. The pause between the beat, 'cause not the story, not the end, just the place where lines extend. Almost was here, almost was. I find my phone face down, the screen gone dark. No notifications waiting to explain. The quiet isn't lonely, just a mark of time that passes without any gain, or lost with naming, just a steady drift of rooms I know too well to see. The afternoon unfolds its final gift, a light that asks for nothing back from me. And maybe that's the point of almost. After all, to be the breath you didn't need to take, the step you didn't fall from, didn't stall. Just a gentle arc of staying awake when sleep would be simpler, when dreams would do the work of making meaning out of blue. Almost was here, almost was. Not the arrival, not the loss, just the door left on the latch, just the match that didn't catch. Almost was here, almost was. The pause between the beat, 'cause not the story, not the end, just the place where lines extend. Almost was here, almost was, almost. So let the almost be enough tonight. The street gone soft, the dim light. No need to name it, need to claim. Almost was here, almost the same. Almost the same, almost was here. Almost was, almost was, almost.